more focused.
Interesting. Balaji, you're an RJ, a radio jockey. So FM radio is something that you're very familiar with as a medium, both oral. So how do they compare, and what would you say is the difference for you as someone who's creating for both?
To be honest, I don't see there is any big difference in a radio show or a podcast for an RJ or for someone who's creating content. But the difference lies with people where predominantly radio is listened for songs and an RJ is a disturbance. That's how I used to consider myself for the last 15, 16 years. I've been doing radio for a long time. So I'm taught that I'm a disturbance. I have to present that disturbance in an interesting way. Unlike here in podcast, where people come to the
listen to you. They want to listen to what you have to say.
So that's the major difference. Like, you don't have any distractions. And Lisa was saying people are focused in an audio medium. That's because, podcast, radio, both are very personal mediums. You're not talking to a crowd, and you're talking to one individual person. And I speak to one person at a time, and they feel it is very personal. That's why I think people are more focused listening to an audio show in Spotify podcast. They feel it is for them. Generally, unlike in YouTube videos, or it is for mass media. This one is a very personal medium, and there is much radio after 2010 probably hasn't evolved in India. It was struck. I feel as an RJ, I feel in fact sad to say this, but after 2010, we still follow the same format of morning speak something like a primetime news show. 11 o'clock speak to the ladies, 1 o'clock say some gossip about films, evening play a game, night talk to lovers. So that hasn't changed. Yeah, so it is the same for a long time now. And whereas in podcast now you have, a show like Lisa's Sex Education, I don't know if it is still possible in the mainstream media. And even if they want to give something in mainstream media, they'll give probably at 11 p.m. in the night. They think you can talk about it only when the kids are not awake. And
so it is okay. Yeah. So give us a sense of what Naallanaa Murukku. Am I getting this right? Naallanaa Murukku.
Naallanaa Murukku.
Yeah. So what's it about? What do you talk about every time you put it out? I think on December 12th you spoke about the World Cup. And the Moroccan footballer's mother on the field. See, I don't get Tamil, but I heard it, and I could pick up a few of these things because of the other languages that you spatter in.
I actually, you got it like some 10% right, because I don't follow football, and I feel handicapped when people talk about football all the time. Manchester United, Chelsea, I feel, okay, you don't even talk about Santosh Trophy, but you talk about English football. So I'm that person, but suddenly this football got me hooked, this World Cup, and I was saying I want Morocco to win the World Cup, and I moved on to something else. But generally this Naallanaa Murukku, it's a watch. I agree on Lisa saying that, being relatable is very, very important today, then being looked up to. Like, Naallanaa Murukku is a very relatable show, so there is no format. There is generally, like, every show has a format, right? I don't have a format. I speak what happened that week to me personally, and that has been the major strength, because to be in a top 10 list of Spotify in India, and to be from a regional language, that is, I cater to a particular sector of people, and still being able to be part of that list is, I think, you're being relatable adds to that. So Naallanaa Murukku is a very relatable show that speak about life and my life experiences, people that I've come across. So it's a non-formatted show, and I'm happy doing it. And I also I believe it's easy to be in the list or to do a good show for a year or 2 years. But I want generations to grow listening to me. I want them to make this as an habit. So I've been doing that in radio, and I hope to continue that with podcast.
Right. So